you like a helmet just like this, go over to greengrind.com and shop some of your favorite mini and life-size replica helmets. They have, you can add, of course, the visor, the chin strap, different helmet types as well. On the website, they have NCAA teams, they have all the NFL teams. You can go in there and shop some of your favorite sports football teams and get a helmet replica just like this. So go over there, use my promo code PITSYN at checkout as well, PITSYN, and get yourself a discount at checkout. So go over there and shop now. Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. The schedule is finally released. We've seen the schedule. We've seen a lot of different leaks and stuff. People trying to guess the schedule. And we've seen other teams put their schedule out, of course. They're doing different videos and special videos. You know, the Browns trying to send this is to the Steelers and stuff. Of course, you know, the Browns guy was always hating, of course. But they finally released the schedule for the Steelers. And as you see, of course, in preseason, the Steelers will play the Jaguars, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then you play the Panthers. But regular season is when things get real heated up. The Steelers' first game of the season is against the New York Jets. They'll play the New York Jets, and I think the NFL did that on purpose, just in case Aaron Rodgers do sign with the Steelers. You have Aaron Rodgers going against his former team with the Jets, and then you have, of course, Justin Fields going against his former team with the Steelers. So it's kind of like, you know, NFL do the storylines and stuff, so it's kind of like written with it. So we got the Jets first. Seahawks in week 2. You have them, of course, afternoon game. You have, of course, the New England Patriots. For some reason, we cannot beat the Patriots. When they had Tom Brady, when they didn't have Tom Brady, we still lost to him. We lost to, what's his name? Bailey Zappi. That's what it was. Bailey Zappi beat us. That was crazy. So we lost to Bailey Zappi. But then after that, I think it's week, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, week 4 is the Dublin, Ireland game, the Minnesota Vikings, of course. And then our bye week is week 5. The NFL setting us up. Usually, Steelers had a bye week around, you know, like later down the line, maybe like week, 8, week 9-ish around that time. Week 5, bye week. The early bye week. They're setting us up for failure a little bit. So we're gonna see what happens, of course, with that. Hopefully we don't have those collapses, because usually the bye week kind of help us sometimes to get back on track. And the Steelers, for some reason, they'll start off hot. Every season they do the same thing. They'll start off with like they be sitting at 7-3, or they sitting like at 8-3, or they sitting like with a good record, and then they kind of fall off in December. That's kind of the thing that's been happening for the past few years. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, it don't happen again this time. But our bye week is very early, so that's very interesting. Then after the bye week, you have freaking 2 straight games, division opponents. Then you have a third game against the Packers. So you have the Cleveland Browns first in week 6. Week 7, you got the Bengals on Thursday Night Football on a short week, and then you got the Green Bay Packers right after that. So that's a tough little stretch right there after the bye week. Those 3 games, you have the Browns. It don't matter if the Browns have a losing record or not. The Browns and the Steelers always seem to have a hard-hitting game, division games. Browns, Steelers, Bengals, Steelers, Ravens. Any division game we play is always tough and always grueling, of course. So you have them, of course, on week 6. You got the Bengals right after that on a short week. So you got a short week. Then you play your division opponents. You're like, dang. And then you got to play the Packers, of course, as well. Week 8. And then week 9, you have the Colts. Should be interesting. They beat us last time. We had Justin Fields. Justin Fields had 400 yards of offense, but fell short to the Colts. And last time, the fumbles in the end zone and stuff that happened. Then after that, you have, of course, the Chargers. And then you have the Bengals. Again, Bears, Buffalo Bills, and then the Ravens back to back. So that's a tough little stretch right there too. Buffalo Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, then Lions, and then Browns again. So that's kind of a tough stretch. And then it's the Ravens again, which is the last game of the season. So a tough stretch of games. The Steelers have the 10th, I think, toughest schedule in the league like that. So overall, I can definitely see the Steelers probably winning, I would say, because the quarterback situation is still kind of in question a little bit. But one thing about the Steelers, we know for sure, they always can win and get in the playoffs. It's like winning once they get in the playoffs, can they win in the playoffs? They always find a way to win enough games to get in the playoffs. They can get in the playoffs, no biggie. But can they win in the playoffs? So I think the Steelers will probably win 10 games, 11 games. I'm hoping for 11-6. 11-6, around that range. They'll definitely probably go at least 4-2 in the division. They'll probably lose to the Bills, most likely. They always struggle against quarterbacks who can run sometimes. They lose to the Bills probably. Probably drop one to the Patriots, which is crazy. It paid me to say it, but the Patriots probably beat us again. I don't know why they always seem to beat us. But they probably lose a few like here and there. Lose 2 division games, lose a few here and there. Lose one that you should win probably, and then lose a tough one in a close game and be 11-6. And I think that'd be a pretty good record. I'm hoping for better, of course, but 11-6 would be very good in this division. It might be enough to win the division, depending on how things shape out with the Ravens and the Bengals, how they do things, of course, as well. But I think the Steelers can win 11 games. But my concern not making the playoffs. My concern is what we're going to do once we get in the playoffs. So we're going to see the Steelers can finally break off that curse of getting there and then kind of like falling off and collapsing in December and getting blown out, being down by 3 touchdowns in a wild card game on the road and stuff. So we'll see what happens. But this is a schedule release right here. We got all of the games out now. We have, of course, let me go over again. New York Jets, Seahawks, Patriots, Vikings, then bye week in week 5. Week 6, you got the Browns. Week 7, you got the Bengals. Week 8, you got the Packers. Week 9, you got the Colts. Week 10, you got the Chargers. Week 11, you got the Bengals again. Week 12, you got the Bears. Week 13, Buffalo Bills. Week 14, Baltimore Ravens. Week 15, Miami Dolphins. Week 16, you have the Detroit Lions. Week 17, you have the Cleveland Browns. And then week 18, the last week of the season, you have the Baltimore Ravens again, which they haven't determined the date yet because you got to wait till the day after. You know, they have the games scheduled, so people got to win to get in the playoffs or what they got to do to win the division or something. You see what happens. But overall, I think the schedule is a pretty good schedule to keep us competitive. I like when the Steelers play teams that are on their level or above their level, because they do seem to somehow always play a little bit better. Because when they play teams that's below them, that's when they start to struggle sometimes. They start to play down to competition. We see that many times before. So we'll see what happens. Let me know down below what you guys think. If the Steelers are going to win 11 games like I'm predicting, or they're going to win, maybe you might think only 5 games. Some fans might think 5 games. But some fans might think we might win all the games. Just let me know down below what you guys think. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.